Hello, welcome to 15 Minutes of Music. Do all please stand up. Stretch up. Lean over to one side. Back to the middle. And to the other side. And back. Good. Take your arms round. Roll your shoulders back. And roll them forwards. Lift your shoulders up to your ears. And let them drop. And lift them up again. And let them drop. Give your arms a good shake. Legs. Jiggle your knees. Good. Take a nice deep breath. And out. Deep breath. And out. Copy back. Good. Okay, we're going to do a thing now called switch. So I'm going to do this rhythm. Okay? And you copy that back. But while you do that, I'm going to move and I'm going to do the same rhythm on a different part of my body. So what you need to do is to do what I did the last time, but one thing after me, while you're still concentrating and trying to watch and remember what I did next. So, if I start clapping, you start clapping now. Head, knee, foot, ear, clap. Okay, well done if you were clapping there at the end. Let's try that again. This time I'm not going to tell you though what I did last time. See if you can remember. Okay, let's sit down. Today we're going to look at some rhythm. So we're going to start off pulse and rhythm, the difference between pulse and rhythm. So the pulse is that steady beat. When you nod your head or tap your foot in time to the music, you're feeling the pulse. It's the same as the beat. Sometimes we talk about feeling the beat. Same thing, but it's not the same as rhythm. Okay, so rhythm is something slightly different. So rhythm, what's the rhythm? And that is about the length of sounds, how long and short they are, and how those long and short sounds are grouped together. So for example, I just did that rhythm. And that was what we just used in that exercise. But the pulse was still doing that, keeping steady. So maybe another rhythm might go like this. But the pulse still stays steady. Different rhythm again. Okay, and a common way we show rhythm is using music notes. So we've got our one beat note, which is called a crotchet. And when you see it, we can sometimes use words. Any one syllable word would work really, but we're going to use the word T. Okay, so that says T, 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 T. Crotchets go along with the beat, with the pulse. So it's like you're doing one note every beat of the pulse. But then we've got quavers. Now these are half beat notes. So it's like we've got our one beat note and we split it into two. So we have to fit two of those in to every beat of the pulse. So we get. And if we draw two next to each other, we can beam them together. And what we're going to say for those is coffee. So we've got coffee, 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 coffee. And that just might help you to work out what the rhythms are. So now we have this rhythm clock. So you can see at the different hours of the clock, we've got a different rhythm. So if we start off with number 1, that one says tea, coffee, tea, tea. Whereas number 2 says tea, tea, coffee, tea. Number 3 says tea, 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 coffee. Can you do number 4 with me? Coffee, tea, tea, tea. Number 5. Coffee, coffee, tea, tea. Number 6. Tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Number 7. Tea, tea, coffee, coffee. Number 8. Tea, coffee, coffee, coffee. Number 9. Coffee, 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 coffee. Number 10. Tea, coffee, tea, coffee. Number 11. Coffee, tea, coffee, tea. And number 12. Tea, 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 tea. Okay, so I'm going to put on a beat. And what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can go through those. We'll have 4 beats rest between each one, and let's see if we can go round that clock. And then once we've been round it once, maybe we could try doing some numbers in different orders. So I'm going to stand up, just because it'll be a bit easier to do it that way. So we start off with number 1. Off we go. Tea, coffee, tea, tea. Okay, number 2. You ready? Tea, tea, coffee, tea. Number 3. Tea, 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 coffee. Number 4. Coffee, tea, tea, tea. Number 5. Coffee, coffee, tea, tea. Number 6. Tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Number 7. Tea, tea, coffee, coffee. Number 8. Tea, coffee, coffee, coffee. Number 9. No, that should be number 8, sorry. I missed one out, didn't I? Let me start 7. Number 9 this time. Coffee, 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 coffee. Number 10. Tea, coffee, tea, coffee. Number 11. Coffee, tea, coffee, tea. Number 12. Tea, 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 tea. Okay, let's try number 3. Tea, 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 coffee. Number 10. Tea, coffee, tea, coffee. Number 7. Tea, tea, coffee, coffee. Number 5. Coffee, coffee, tea, tea. Number 11. Coffee, tea, coffee, tea. Number 2. Tea, tea, coffee, tea. Number 12. Tea, 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 tea. Number 6. Tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Number 9. Coffee, 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 coffee. Number 4. Coffee, tea, tea, tea. Number 1. Tea, coffee, tea, tea. Number 3. Tea, 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 coffee. Number 8. Tea, coffee, coffee, coffee. Great. Okay, this time I'm going to not leave the gap. Okay, so let's just try going around the numbers first in order. So we'll go number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Off we go. Tea, coffee, tea, tea. Tea, tea, coffee, tea. Tea, 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 coffee, coffee, tea, tea, tea. Coffee, coffee, tea. Up to number 6. Tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Tea, tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Coffee, 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 tea. Coffee, tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Coffee, tea. Tea, 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 tea. Ooh, that was tricky, wasn't it? Let's try it again. Off we go from number 1. Tea, coffee, tea, tea. Tea, tea, coffee, tea. Tea, 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 coffee, coffee, tea, tea, tea. Coffee, coffee, tea, tea. tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Tea, tea, coffee, coffee, tea. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Coffee, 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 tea. Coffee, tea. Coffee, coffee, tea. Coffee, tea. Tea, 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 tea. That's all the way around the circle. Okay, this time, I'll just say the numbers, but I'm not going to say the teas and coffees, see if you can still clap with it. And off we go. Ooh, just let that go in again. And with number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. 10. 11. 12. Okay, this time I'll give you different numbers and it won't go around the circle. So you need to look, find the right number on the clock. Ready, and off we go. 1. Sorry, let's try that one again. 1. 4. 9. 11. 6, 8, 4, 4, 2, 6, 7, 11, 12, 8, 4, 1, 2, 7, 12, and stop. Well done. If you managed to do that, you had to concentrate really, really hard. Okay, we're going to do just a quick little chant to end with. Okay, and it's only got one rhythm in it. So it goes. If we give it some words, maybe eggs and beans, eggs and beans, eggs and beans, eggs and beans. Okay, and we're just going to go, oh, the horse stood around with his foot on the ground. Okay, and you're going to need to stand up to do this, and you're going to need to just tap a foot on the ground to the pulse. So if we tap that foot, we go, oh, the horse stood around with his foot on the ground. Okay, nice and simple. And we say it 4 times. Ready, and let's get that pulse going. So tap, 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 tap. Ready, and off we go. The horse stood around with his foot on the ground. Oh, the horse stood around with his foot on the ground. Oh, the horse stood around with his foot on the ground. Oh, the horse stood around with his foot on the ground. Same horse, but the other foot. Oh, the horse stood around with his foot on the ground. Oh, the horse stood around with his foot on the ground. Oh, the horse stood around with his foot on the ground. Oh, the horse stood around with his foot on the ground. Same horse, changing feet. Oh, the horse stood around with his foot on the ground. Oh, the horse stood around with his foot on the ground. Oh, his foot, the ground. Oh, the horse stood around with his foot on the ground. Well done, everyone. That's all that we have time for this week, but I'll see you again next week.